Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has emphasized the importance of defending the devastated city of Avdiivka and Kyiv's war plans. He believes that heavy losses for Russia in Avdiivka would weaken their ability to conduct the broader conflict. Additionally, Zelensky's chief of staff has confirmed that Ukrainian forces in the southern Kherson region have gained a foothold on the eastern bank of the Dnipro River, potentially opening up a new line of attack towards Crimea. Russian troops had abandoned the western bank of the Dnipro River a year ago and have since been shelling towns and villages on the eastern side. Since their failed attempt to advance on Kyiv in February 2022, Moscow's forces have focused on eastern Ukraine. Avdiivka has been a primary target since mid-October, and according to officials from the town, not a single building remains intact. Zelensky, in his nightly video address, described the Russian assaults in the eastern Donetsk region, including Avdiivka, as very intense. He stated that Russia is already experiencing significant losses in men and equipment near Avdiivka, which is worse than their losses near Bakhmut. Zelensky believes that the more Russian forces are destroyed near Avdiivka, the more it will weaken the enemy and the overall course of the war. Official Russian accounts of the fighting in the east did not mention Avdiivka, although a prominent Russian war blogger mentioned some progress in positions around the town. The Russian Defense Ministry claimed that Moscow's forces had repelled 5 attacks near villages recaptured by Ukraine since May, resulting in 300 Ukrainian casualties. However, Reuters could not independently verify these claims from either side. Avdiivka is located about 50 kilometers north of Bakhmut and only 20 kilometers west of the Russian-held regional capital of Donetsk. Ukrainian military spokesperson Alexander Shtupin stated that the heaviest fighting was occurring south of Avdiivka. He reported that the occupiers had been using guided aviation bombs in the Donetsk region, particularly around Avdiivka. Ukrainian forces have successfully repelled 18 Russian attacks in the past 24 hours. The acknowledgement by Ukrainian Presidential Chief of Staff Andriy Yermak that Ukrainian forces have established a presence on the eastern bank of the Dnipro River follows weeks of conflicting reports. Yermak stated that against all odds, Ukraine's defense forces have gained a foothold on the left bank of the Dnipro and are gradually demilitarizing Crimea, which Russia seized in 2014. Yermak added that Ukraine has covered 70% of the distance and that their counteroffensive is progressing. As Ukraine's counteroffensive continues to make incremental gains, Ukrainian officials have been cautious in describing the activities of their forces on the East Bank. Last week, Russia's military claimed to have thwarted a Ukrainian attempt to establish a bridgehead on the eastern bank and nearby islands, resulting in the deaths of around 500 Ukrainian soldiers. In a peculiar incident on Monday, 2 Russian state news agencies briefly reported that Moscow was moving troops to more favorable positions east of the Dnipro River in Ukraine before retracting the information. Russia has previously used similar phrasing to describe retreats.